One thing you'll notice when you come to Taronga Zoo is this emphasis on how old and historic the zoo's been. It's one of the oldest zoos in the world. 1916 it started, and you can see the edifice here in the entrance, really trying to push this idea that this is a zoo that's well established and that has been serving the community for a really, really long time. And that gives us, if we're looking at environmental change and management, a really nice case study to look at how attitudes changed and thinking about, well, what did they used to do for the environment and how have they improved, how to deal with different types of animals in a way that's environmentally sustainable, in a way that does not actually hurt the environment in the longer term. As you walk around Taronga Zoo, it's very difficult not to know that it's built on a hill. It's a very, very steep parcel of land heading down into the harbour. Now, before conservation was even a thing, very simple. They just put it down and hosed it so it went down into the harbour. But as we started learning more about how bacteria works and things like that, it became clear that some of the water that was getting down into the harbour was quite polluted. A lot of the bacteria that you'll find in the feces of animals, for example, enterococci, is from the stomach linings of carnivores. It was entering into the harbour and was having a detrimental effect on the wildlife, the ocean life in the harbour. Very problematic. So Taronga Zoos had to find new ways to change the way they deal with water here. And one of the ways they do that is through a whole lot of recycling. So I'm here looking at an enclosure here. This is for the capybaras. They're a South American rodent, largest rodent in the world. You can see we've got water coming from here down, forming a nice little waterfall into a pool. Now, all of that is recycled water. So two things that Taronga Zoo have been working to try and improve is they've tried to limit the amount of new fresh water that they use, and they've tried to deal with the actual water that they are making dirty. So they've obviously made an incredible amount of recycled water, and that's helping with the process. So the elephants, for example, most of the moats are now recycled water, and that's not a problem at all. It's treated, and they're trying to ensure that the water that they actually do use is used in a kind of manageable way. This is helping immensely with the environmental impact that they're having on the environment. So Water in the World for Geography, it's a brilliant example of an organisation that's trying to improve the negative kind of detrimental impact they're having on the environment. It's also a really good case study for Stage 5 Geography for thinking through environmental change and management. Something that the zoo really cares a lot about and has worked incredibly hard to improve as they go forward as an organisation.